morning. My name is Krisha Sharma.
Today we'll talk about rural education and youth migration. This is a news pertaining to October 22, 2025. So what is the context? A recent analysis explores whether reimagining rural education and local job ecosystems can reduce India accelerating youth migration to urban areas, which now poses both rural economic drain and urban sustainability challenge. Now let's talk about rural education and youth migration and what are the current migration status in India. Number one, scale of migration. Nearly 29%, that means 29 out of 100 of India's populations are migrants, and 89% originate from rural areas, indicating high dependency on urban economies. Second status, youth-centric migration. Over half of all migrants are aged between 15 to 25, which reflects loss of India's most productive human capital to cities. Another current status, we have gender divide. While 86% of women migrate for marriage, men move for work, showing how social customs drive unequal mobility. What is the economic profile? Migration is higher among low MPCE, SC, and OBC groups, highlighting poverty induced displacement. We have another aspect, which is pandemic induced reverse migration. Everybody knows about 2020 lockdown, which showed a reverse trend in the migration. We have witnessed around 40 million workers return home, exposing the fragility of informal urban employment. Now let's talk about the causes of youth migration. The number one, rural job deficit. Scarce non-farm job push youth into insecure city work. 49% are daily wages, 39% are short-term industrial workers. Another cause, education employment mismatch. That means degrees lack practical linkage with job markets. Graduate unemployment exceeds 15%, which is a clear sign of education employment mismatch. The next cause could be income inequality. Poor households migrate out of compulsion as farming and local labor fail to sustain minimum livelihood. We have weak infrastructure, inadequate transport, inadequate credit, inadequate digital access, limits local enterprise and job diversification. The most important causes of youth migration could be the urban pull. Cities promises higher income and mobility, yet expose migrants to unsafe housing and exploitative work. So, what are the consequences? There should be certain consequences. Now, let's talk about socio-economic consequences of migration. Number one could be urban overcrowding. The explanation, mega cities like Delhi and Mumbai struggle with congestion, slum, and pollution from inflow pressure. We have another consequences, informalization of labor. Around 88% of migrant workers lacks job security or social safety nets, increasing vulnerability. We have another consequences, rural depopulation. Migration drains villages of youth weakening agricultural and local governance capacity. Another consequence could be gendered loss. Women migrants rarely join the workforce, worsening gender gap and economic dependency. Another impact could be the psychological. Separation from family induced loneliness, anxiety, and financial insecurity among dependents. What government is doing? Now let's talk about the initiative taken by the government so far. Number one, rural livelihood programs. Manrega ensures wage support during off-season, discouraging distress migration. We have another initiatives, skill development mission. We know that DDU GKY, that means Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Koshal Yojana, and PM KVY provide vocational training to rural youth for sustainable jobs. Another initiative taken, entrepreneurship promotion. PM Mudra, Startup India, and SVEP nurtures small rural enterprises and self-employment. We have agriculture and FPO support. Approximately 10,000 FPO initiative enhance collaborative farming and value chain linkage. We have digital and infrastructure push. BharatNet. We have Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. We have rural BPOs, expanded connectivity and access to digital markets. Now, what could be the way ahead? Number one could be education job integration, embedded agri-tech, digital and vocational skill in rural curricula to align with job demands. Number two could be diversify non-farm sector. We should promote handicrafts, logistics, renewable and agri-tourism to absorb rural youth. Next could be the rural digital ecosystem. We must invest in 5G, e-commerce and telework hubs to create tech-enabled employment. We can also promote reverse migration models, highlight local entrepreneurs like Raigars, Balram, Bandar, Gale to inspire village-based enterprise. Social protection portability, ensure universal portability of PDS, that's public distribution system, pensions and health insurance for migrant laborers. Now let's talk about the conclusion. Migration in India must evolve from compulsion to choice by linking rural education to employability, decentralizing industry and investing in youth-centric innovation. India can curb distress migration and revitalize its villages. A balanced rural-urban development model is key to inclusive and sustainable growth. So these are the snippet about rural education and youth migration. I hope you like this topic. Thank you so much and have a great day.